righty. Whoa, folks. Hello. How are we doing? Okay. We are live, everybody. So, first of all, thank you for tuning in on a wonderful Friday evening for you guys, first of all, to take the time to join me. I am thrilled that you guys are here. We got some really awesome guests. And I did say that with an S. So if you guys were here yesterday, I did lay preview that I was going to have 5 people on the show this week. One of our guests canceled yesterday, so I did a solo stream, which is okay. It's fine. But we still have 5. How is that, you say? Well, of course. We had 3 earlier, and we're doing a double dip tonight, guys. You guys are in for a treat. These 2 individuals that we got on the show, I've been a big fan of, and I think some of you guys know exactly who I'm talking about, but that's okay. Before we get started, if you're checking us out for the first time, head over to our YouTube page. You can check us out over at the Gabe Leo Experience over there. If you're watching us on YouTube, just like Miss Yolanda Chin is over here, let me pull up your comment, Yolanda. There you are. If you're checking us out on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. We always are trying to build our viewership over there. Hit the notification bell as well. That's right, I said it. There it goes. Hit the notification bell to let you know whenever we are live, whenever we schedule new lives, and whenever we drop new video content on the channel. So there you go. And shout out to the green screen. That is right. We got to love it, man. So, all right. And, of course, we are streaming on and the kiddos are in the background, just so you know. We are streaming on our favorite platform, LinkedIn, guys. So if you're checking us out over on LinkedIn as well, do me a favor, head over to my profile page and ring my bell. There you go again. I'll always get notifications whenever I'm live like I am now, whenever I drop a new posts and stuff on our page there. So if you're checking us out again, thank you so much. We got some wonderful people. Carla, Brian, Dan. You guys are so amazing. All right. Before we get started, you know what we got to do, guys. If you want to go head over to our merch store, that is right. We got merch. Head over to the MPro Media page and get you some swag, man. Get a shirt, a hat, mug. You know, it's always nice to have a little swag, man. So yeah, go get some swag, man. Help a brother out. That is what we're here about. So there you go. Head over to the MPro Media swag store. I usually got my MPro Media hat on that I'm streaming with. Tonight we're doing a little different because we're repping our Ecamm fam tonight. So we're gonna have our Ecamm gear on. So there you go. So if you're checking us out over there, thank you again so much. All right, guys. Thank you again. Like I said, we got some wonderful guests in the house. And again, if you're checking my follower count, we've been doing this all since 2 weeks ago we started this. I am now at 7,802 followers. There you go. Check it out, man. We've actually gone up I think 100, close to 100 followers, I think, in that amount of time. So I guess something's working. Either that or people actually think I'm cool. Either one would be nice. But that's okay if they don't. You know where to find me, guys. You know I stream here every single night. And, of course, you guys are the best audience on LinkedIn, bar none. Like I always say, you guys are pretty amazing for showing up here night in and night out. You don't know how much that actually means to us as creators to have a great community like you guys. So, all right. Enough chit chat, guys. I've had you waiting so very much. And of course, thank you, Enrique, for tuning in, guys. These wonderful individuals I first connected with when I started hanging around the Ecamm community. And you know what? I think the first time I ever saw Anna, which I'll introduce you in a second, was actually here on LinkedIn. Now, I'd seen Fuljens, I believe, but I had never seen Anna before by herself. And then when I started following more closely, of course, I discovered both of them. So, all right. Without any further ado, guys, please help me welcome to the show the co-host of the Network News, and they got their own shows. Actually, Mr. Fuljens Henry, who did his live stream today, and Miss Anna Hill, who both have she has her own show as well. We'll talk about that when I bring them on. So give me a big, warm, unfiltered live round of applause for our guests this evening, Anna Hill and Fuljens Henry, folks. They're here. There they are. Calm down. There you go. We're here. Calm down. Hold back the applause, guys.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed.
Happy Friday.
So thank you guys, first of all, for coming on the show. It's been a long time coming to get to this point, but I do appreciate you taking the time out to come on here together. I mean, and for those who aren't familiar, which I don't know many, but if they're not familiar with you, why don't you tell us a little bit about who Anna Gil and Mr. Fuljens Henrys are for people. That way we can get you familiar with our community and, get a lot of these LinkedIn people to start following you. That's the thing I want them to start doing. So tell us a little about yourself, guys, please.
All right. Well, first of all, Gabe, thank you so much for having us on the show. You do an incredible job, and we saw you on LinkedIn. We had you when we were doing the LinkedIn week.
Ecamm LinkedIn week.
Yes. And that was amazing. It was great. That was when we saw you before, because you're like, oh, out there, right? Just like Brian Sherman, who's on the chat right now. All of you were out. Yeah. So we were so excited to have you on the LinkedIn week as well. So thank you so much again for having us here, and hello to all of your viewers.
Yes.
So, okay, so my name is Anna Hill, and I am a headshots photographer, and I'm also the co-host with Fuljens on Ecamm Network News and Entertainment, as well as Building Blocks. And Ecamm Network News is where we update the Ecamm community on what's happening in the world of Ecamm Live, as well as in the world of social media as it relates to video and live streaming. I also have my own show that's called Officially Unofficial TV, which is a video resource library for self-help. So I cover a lot of topics such as for partners, relationships, mental health awareness, and things like that. Did I miss anything?
I'm Fuljens Henry, and I am a certified nonprofit executive. I've been in nonprofit management for 12 years in the health and social services sector. I'm also a live video producer. Anna and I, we also have a show called Building Blocks. This is where we teach the community, the basics of Ecamm, but not only that, how to plan, create, design an entire show natively inside of Ecamm Live using all the resources that Ecamm has available to you right now. In addition to that, I also have my own show called Haitian Creators Live. It is a platform where my co-host Johnny and I, we highlight and celebrate various Haitian professionals doing great things in the Haitian community in Haiti and in the Haitian American community, and it's a place for us to connect, and we have it right here on LinkedIn as well.
Awesome. And one of the cool things, well, first of all, let's talk about when those shows air, because I want people to go check them out. The Ecamm Network News airs what day?
On Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
On Ecamm Live YouTube channel, as well as here on LinkedIn.
Yes.
LinkedIn, that's right. So you don't have to go anywhere else outside of here, guys. But if you want to do them a favor, go to the YouTube page and subscribe over there as well. And of course, Anna, when does your show air?
Yeah, so my show airs twice a month on a Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it airs here on LinkedIn as well as on YouTube, Officially Unofficial TV. So I usually post the schedule a month ahead of time, so you know what shows are going to happen. Last Thursday, I had a show on astrology. So we talked everything about astrology as it relates to relationships and career. So that was really, really cool.
Okay,
yeah, that's really
cool. Go back and check that one out, folks.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty interesting. That's a pretty interesting topic.
Yeah.
And then Fuljens, real quick, tell us when Building Blocks airs, and then whenever the Haitian Creator Show airs as well. I want people to
yes, Building Blocks is every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on LinkedIn, on Ecamm Network's LinkedIn. And we're also live on Ecamm Live YouTube channel. And we're also live on our Anna and Fuljens YouTube channel as well. So that's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. Haitian Creators Live Today we had a special start time of 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a brand new show, but normally we air Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay, cool. That's why it coincides with my show.
Right. I wonder if your show and us being here had anything to do with it, Gabe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Today, the universe was lined up because we changed the time slot to 6 p.m. and we had your show today. So today worked out perfectly.
Awesome. I love it when it does that. So that's cool. That, first of all, you highlight a lot of your culture there. For those who don't know, and I love it when people actually like talk about these sort of the way that people want to just group individuals. When you're talking about like creators, everybody's like, oh, that's all the same. No, there's more to it actually. So there's another gentleman by the name of Juma Bannister who I'm a big fan of. He does it for the Caribbean creators, and he highlights like Caribbean creators and business owners, and he does this on apart from his other stream, which is what I love, is because again, you're highlighting those people that are part of your community and are part of what you've grown up knowing and sharing that out with a lot of people. So that's pretty important to mention because again, here we are. This is Hispanic Latino Awareness Month here, and I just like to highlight different creators altogether. But of course, those who because I was watching the show earlier, and you guys talk. It's not just pure English for those who watch,
Right?
So there are those that will watch, and they'll go like, "What's going on?" And that's the whole idea behind it, though, is to connect with individuals who want to tune in and watch what you guys are talking about, and kind of open up that world for any kind of creators who want to learn exactly what you do as a video production creator and what you kind of put out there into the world. So, and I think Enrique, what are you, Puerto Rican? I'm not sure, but he does something.
He put that flag there.
Yeah. He's got the flag there, but yes. But no. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about you guys, apart from what you guys create. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is working together as co-hosts, because I've never actually had a co-host. Now I've had people I've have guest co-hosted with me, but I've never worked with an actual co-host. So kind of share what that process is like between the two of you, and then we'll talk a little bit more about why that dynamic is a little bit different. So tell us what it's like to actually work with a co-host, and how you guys have to like develop a chemistry between the two of you.
Yeah. It's important that we kind of highlight how we started, right? Because we started off, we had admiration for each other. We met during the start of the pandemic, right? And Anna was in front of the camera. I was behind the camera, and Vlogmas came up in December of 2020. And I was inspired by many creators or amazing creators doing work in front of the camera during Vlogmas, and that motivated me to get in front of the camera and show the community who Fuljens Henry is, who is the person behind doing work, nonprofit videos. I was doing fitness online fitness videos for my nonprofit, doing videos for local churches. So I wanted to get in front of the camera and introduce myself. That same day, that was December 8th, 2020, Anna was on that stream. Anna saw me for the first time, and we had what was it, something we had in common. So the same person, Bradley Vincent, who shows us how to design lower thirds and overlays, we had that in common. So I was like, oh, that was awesome. Say again.
And Lemuel.
Lemuel. Yes. So 2 days later, Lemuel shared in Doc's group, hey, Anna Hill is live. Check out official unofficial. I was like, oh, this is the person I was talking to 2 days ago, because it's just the official unofficial logo. I don't know who this is. Let me check out the show. Let me check out his or her show. I don't know. I clicked on the link, and there was Anna, and that was that. So immediately, like there was like the admiration was there, and it was the following month, right? In January, during the Clubhouse era. During the
Yes,
Clubhouse era,
yes.
we got to know each other better, and then this inspired us to do voice chats, and we were building a relationship there. And one day, Anna was preparing for officially unofficial, and you wanted to simplify some process for your lower third or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And I said, hey, this can be done directly inside of Ecamm. Join me. Let's link up and let's do it together. And then she joined, and then we together had a breakthrough, right? And this was our building blocks breakthrough where we can create
Ah.
amazing stuff inside of Ecamm. It just so happened it was just like an aha moment, right? And then we said, you know what? Let's go live into the community right now and share with everybody what we've discovered. And everyone was blown away.
Mhm.
And we've just been building this organic chemistry together from that day, and to the point where we started building uh designs to make it look kind of like a news show that I wanted to do. I wanted to produce a news style show, but be behind the camera producing the show. I never thought I would be in front of the camera. And I was like, Anna, we designed these amazing things. It looks like CNN. Why don't we put you on camera and let's go live? I'll be behind the scenes producing the show. We call it Ecamm Network News. And I'll be behind the scenes running the lower thirds and the overlays and all that good stuff. And you'll be the camera person, right? It went well. It went well. We
Well.
just streamed to the wrong community or something like that, so the engagement was very low. So Anna was like, I don't like that. Let's go into the Ecamm Live community. Come with me. Like, let's be on camera together and present to the community like how we did the show, what was our process, how did we do the designs and everything like that. And we just been it just organically happened, right? And we've been co-hosting ever since. So
Mhm.
that is the origin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, you narrowed it down. Like we started with building blocks first, and then we started doing that show first. Afterwards, because Fulgens was designing lower thirds, like news lower thirds and things like that, and I was already officially unofficial in front of the camera. And he's like, you just do it. But at that point, I was like, no, we should do it together in front of the camera because it was too much to cover for one person without breaks because we had no
Yeah.
breaks in between. It was just the first time. So I was like, there was too much going on at once. And then we continued to evolve it. So the next time we were together on camera, and then it went smoother
Yeah.
than before. But yeah, but we started in building blocks, and it wasn't like, oh my gosh, the chemistry is there and there are no issues. Like there's a lot of compromise that has to be made.
Yeah.
It's like even though the chemistry is there, like there are some times where things are really rough because we see some things differently, and so we just have to kind of reach a compromise to be able to present it to everyone and something that we know they're gonna like.
Yeah. Or we could just be having a bad day.
Yeah.
Right. It's okay. It's human nature, human relationship. Yeah.
It is. And part of
His bad days is when I say something and he doesn't want to do it. That's his bad day. It's like,
well, and part of it, like you said, is that you both have the creator's mindset, right? So it is like how do you merge those two things together and still create something that you're both satisfied at the end of the day, right? I mean, that's the whole idea behind working together with somebody. And the only reason I've never done it is because, again, here I am doing this every day. It would be insane to ask somebody if we weren't that super aligned with each other to go, hey, I need you to do this every day, night in, night out. So I've never taken on a co-host because when I decided to do this and really pursue it, doing it every day was my way of holding myself accountable to show up, right? And so I was like, well, I know myself. If I don't do this in these terms, it will keep me accountable to make sure that I show up and do it every day, night in, night out, that I would probably walk away. And I was like, okay, cool. I got it started, and it started working, and I started building traction. And by that point, it was like, you know what? I can't just in good conscience ask somebody else to go, hey, come work with me. So that's why the whole concept of idea was like, you know what? I have to have guests on then. Because it would be hard to do this every single night and then not at least
Yeah.
have something else to talk about other than, a topic or something else. So that's why I just came in and decided that, what, if I ever do decide to go to a more manageable live stream schedule, then maybe at that point I'd work at maybe asking for a co-host. But I love I love it that you guys have shared this with me because, like I said, it's going to be a different sort of beast to deal with, and having to ask somebody else their creative ideas and where to find that compromise and sort
Yeah,
of bring it
yeah.
together. You know?
Defining roles is something that's really, really, really important, because that's where, if the person doesn't know where they fit in and things like that, in terms of what are you expected to do, and split the work and things like that, it can get that's when the conflict kind of comes in, because like it's like, oh, I didn't know that I had to do this, or I was expecting you to do that, and then it's not done. And that's when things, but if it is predefined already, right, this is what you do and this is what I do, then we are all set, and then we just meet in the middle to fill in any gaps that are, that we need to fill in. So for Fuljens and I, it's like, okay, I'm designing the run of show, I'm booking the guests, I'm doing all the logistic parts, and then Fuljens takes care of the designing of anything that needs to be changed in the design, and adding all of the information. So I say, this is who we have coming up, and I give him all the information, and then he does the design. So we have those two things aligned. Sometimes Fuljens is doing something else, like he cannot do it, so I will take on the design, and I will take on the run of show as well as sometimes Fuljens does it for me. So we do know how to do each other's job, right?
Right.
But Fuljens enjoys the design aspect of things, and he can do it quicker. And I really enjoy the research, the booking on the guests, all of the logistical parts of a show. I really enjoy that part as well. But Fuljens will do it if I need him, if I'm not able to do it at any time.
Yeah.
So,
And even if the roles are not predefined at the beginning, that's where communication is very important, right?
Yeah.
So this way we get to improve it as you go along, or else it never will improve.
right.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into the next question of once those roles sort of get defined, right? Like, where does the ideas go for the concept of what you're going to create? So like your content calendar or what you're going to share out to people, how does that work between the two of you, of like what we decide is the next thing that we should tackle? Where does your content ideas come from?
Yeah, so that, like, Fulgens leaves it up to me to come up with everything. I do run it by him, and I say, hey, I have, what do you think about having such and such person on the show with us? What do you think about this? Sometimes he's like, hey, what do you think about this person? I saw this person. What do you think about it? Contact them. And then I do it. So we go back and forth on the content of the show. But when it comes to, for example, the things that we're going to share, what additional from what comes from Ecamm, then it is we do it, like I will do that part, or Fulgens will help me out with it. If, say, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have one slot that we need to fill in, and then he will be like, what about so and so? So we do that part.
Right. And we also have a similar taste in like the people we have good energy with, and we believe will be a good fit for our show and providing content to the community. So we usually always on common ground when it comes to booking guests, or defining what the content is going to be for the shows.
Yeah. Where Fulgens gets really, really like annoyed, I want to say annoyed at me, is when like really, I mean, you guys, like really annoyed at me, is when I just go, like, we have had the same design for like 3 months, and I'm like, I'm just tired of looking at that design. Can we just please change it? But I keep saying this, hinting this, like throughout, I don't know, the week, and then he doesn't change it. So then that day of the show, I'm like, you know what? I'm changing it myself. So I start changing things, and
The
he's
day
like,
of the show.
yeah. And he's just like, what the? Yeah, so that gets him a lot. I
Well,
try not to do it, but like I'm like, okay, but I do hint at it. I do go, hey, we should change this. We should change this. But
right. Well,
It
that
comes with the territory.
I was gonna say, doesn't that doesn't that come as how most again most couples when they figure that out, it's like, hey, why don't we decorate this? And you're like, okay, right. And then it's like, okay,
right.
and then it gets to the point where like, you know what, you're not gonna do it. I'm gonna do. Then it,
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, you get it, right? like I'm gonna do it, Fulgence. I mean, like,
Uh,
but
well,
and then also too, it's good to know that in that regard, we're usually in common ground because when we do come up with a design, we end up both liking
mhm.
the end product, right? So we do have teamwork when it comes to that.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that
When it comes
though.
to a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that okay. So let's. I want to change the focus a little bit on here, um, because we want to also talk about one of the things I wanted to talk about is the community, because there's a comment here that Dan shared right here that he says I'll be joining the Ecamm community sometime next month. Um, so let's talk about community, because I think it is pretty important to build a very strong, very supportive community around you for any creator. So as you can see, my community's here, and they show up here again, night in and night out. And sometimes I depend on them to provide a lot of value into some of these shows, because
Mhm.
again, I bring on a different array of people every single night, and sometimes even with doing a lot of research on somebody, there are points where like I might not know how to ask the right question, but then somebody in my
Mhm.
audience, when they're watching, they're like, I got a question, and they'll put it into the chat, and it will stir the direction of how our conversation goes after that, which is why I love community. So let's talk about the
Mhm.
Ecamm community, because they're very much the same. If anything, it's been probably one of the most unique and incredible communities that I've ever been a part of, and that is not tooting their horn. It's just the truth. So let's talk about the
Mhm.
Ecamm
Yeah.
community and what you guys did over there, because you're here because of it, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree. The Ecam Left communities is one of the best communities that I've been a part of, bar none. I mean, it starts with the marketing director, Katie Fox.
Yes.
She holds everything down. She holds it her values, and she, the developers, Ken and Glenn's values, she carries them through the community,
Hmm.
and the moderators, everyone just subscribes to that belief, because we do believe in all of that, which is the connection, which is helping people, supporting everyone who wants to do something, like live stream or pre-record, and we understand the level that they're in when they come in, right, into the community. And there are so many different, like, all of us in the community, moderators or the community members, are there to help, because they also subscribe to the belief that,
Hmm.
yeah, I got help when I first got here, so I'm going to give that forward.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah. I've never been a part of a community, if we want to call it virtual community, where there's this tight, close knit family aspect. We
mhm,
were discussing this on ENN on this past Monday when the world shut down, and it was December during the Vlogmas period, and it was DJ Strick and Alicio. They were going live every single day for the month of Vlogmas in the Let's Get Live group,
Hmm.
Doc Rocks group, and we all came together every single day. This kept us mentally sane.
mhm,
This kept us we had a support group. We were able to network with each other, and these same people, like, we have a relationship with each other to this very single day, and we continue to grow, and more people continue to join the community that way. And in addition to that, what even solidifies it is when you finally get to meet each other in real life.
Oh yes.
Everything that you felt, everything that you knew about that person online, in front or behind the camera, it all carries on, because what you see on camera is the same people that you're going to meet in real life. And it's so amazing, and just amazing that, it just really confirms that we are this amazing family.
Mm-hmm.
I've never experienced that before.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And I
is-
saw one of your viewers writing that he was going to, the comment that you pull up, that he was going to join the community in a month. Even if you don't have Ecamm Live, you can go in and join the community, because you can start feeling the vibe of what the community is like, and getting to know the moderators for when you do join and get Ecamm Live, where to go, right? You know who to ask, all of those things. So it definitely, you're welcome into the community without even having to be Ecamm Live user, because we cover more than just Ecamm Live.
Yeah.
We talk about live streaming,
Yeah.
right? We talk about video production. We talk about podcasting. We talk about all of those things that are relevant to someone who wants to be a creator,
Yeah.
someone who wants to podcast and live stream. So you could have another platform and still come in,
Mm-hmm.
but guarantee once you use Ecamm Live, you're just gonna stay. Like
Yeah.
it's just that's how it is.
This is where we
Yeah.
should be dropping
Yeah.
affiliate codes right now.
my first ever live stream, where I went live in front of the camera, was directly inside the Ecamm Live community. There were about 10-15,000 people around in the community at that time, when I first. But the moment I clicked on the go live button, the community came out. They supported. They like what I was doing and everything. They support you. So it's like there's never a bad time to join the Ecamm Live community and start engaging and networking with people, because everyone is very supportive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's pretty amazing. Like, okay. But no, to the point of what you were mentioning there, I was part of that community. I joined right at Vlogmas, and I was watching you guys do videos over there. So, I got to see a lot of those individuals that were part of that community, and I didn't even have, Ecamm myself, like you said. But you know what it was? It was, like you said, it was the value of everybody else helping and sharing each other that kind of spurred me into saying, I want to learn who all these creators are, because it's not just a product. It is an actual, like you said, it's an actual group that makes you feel like family. Then they bring you in and they support you and they walk you through so many wonderful things. So, that is where the kid, I love it. But there was somebody, I don't know, the notorious Ecamm Live, the nefarious LinkedIn user asked, what is the Ecamm community? Well, my friend, Ecamm is a live, I don't want to just say live streaming software, but it is a software that you can use that's actually multifaceted. And if you can see what's on my head, that is the logo there. But it is probably one of the best tools that you can use to create with. It gives you, and yes, I'm giving my spiel here, but yes, it gives you so many tools that you can actually do whatever your mind imagines and allows you to kind of create with. So you have actually almost no limitations or barriers in what you want to share. So it's all your imagination, and that's why I love being a part of Ecamm. Oh.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Yeah.
Yes, he's right here. Trust me, he jumps on here. He wants to start his own YouTube channel, so working on that. But and there's nothing wrong with any of the other streaming platforms. Absolutely not. I don't bash one. Only thing that I say about this one is that, again, for the ability to create and use every single tool that you possibly can, this again is my just recommendation. By far has been the best and the easiest. It makes the learning so so easy. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It's very intuitive. It's very
Yes.
intuitive.
That's the
Yeah.
word. And it is. And even for even the most technically challenged, um, this is where again the community comes in and walks you through how to figure a lot of these things out, man. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like having your own support group, tech support group that comes in and says, "Well, we'll walk you through this." And the thing is, like, you guys have, tons of videos that you've created, apart from everybody else inside of the community that has this. You can go pretty much enter in something inside of a query, and it gives you a video, or actually multitude of videos to go actually learn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the amazing thing, right? Because like the community again, there's so many resources. We have Ecamm Network News where we share resources every Monday. Then we have Building Blocks where we actually teach you the nitty gritty. Okay, let's get hands on. We have Doc Rock every Friday at 2 p.m. doing the live demo where he shows you all the ins and outs of Ecamm. Going on right now, we have Adrian Salisbury, the Ecamm Live Academy. Uh, there's not only there are new students who are coming into the academy and basically learning everything from scratch, but there are people, alumni that come back every single time. Why? Because of the community. They have a safe space and there's a camaraderie in there. It's amazing. And Ecamm is again more than a software, as you mentioned. There's the community aspect is so vital.
Mm,
Yeah.
man. And and one more thing that before we switch gears a little bit, guys, the creators of the software themselves, I mean, that's the thing, is like they keep their ears to the ground and they're constantly doing things that will help you as a creator. I mean, that's the most amazing part about it. Why I've loved this community so much, is because they take that seriously. Is when somebody makes mention of something, or it is something that they put into development. I cannot say that for every other streaming software that I've been connected with. So it just kind of tells you like how they really care about their product, how they care about their community, and then they care about you as the creator. So they keep all that in mind. That is,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There was I believe it was a 3 point Ecamm version 3.8. It was the 99.9% of the feature requests were just the both of us. It was all
there you go.
Yeah, it was a lot of the signing things, but it just like you mentioned, they do take your requests. So there's a group that is just for sending in requests on things that you would like to see. And they were producers themselves when they were in high school and college.
Yeah.
So they have that knowledge behind them, and now being able to actually design a software that allows you to do that, which they were doing,
Yeah.
is incredible for them, right?
Mhm.
And then whenever someone comes in as a video producer or as an educator who is trying to build some courses and things like that, they're open to listening to what it is that you need to make your courses more, make it easier for you to build those courses.
Yeah.
Right? To make it easier for you is, for example, if you are a yoga instructor, like a fitness instructor, what do you need for that? And then they have a group that you can send your feature requests. And then if there are a lot of them, they will take that seriously into consideration.
Absolutely.
So they are amazing. Is just starting from them and then just going up from marketing teams to community manager to the moderators to the community members. Everything is just all in one. Everything is copacetic. Everything is just in one. Everyone is just tight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a great community. I just like, there's no other way to put it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, one thing now that we can touch on and change gears a little bit before we start wrapping up. For those who don't know, and hopefully you've taken a cue here, but you know that both Anna and Fuljens are a couple, right? Am I broadcasting something that is not known? Yes or no?
No, that's 100% facts.
Okay, 100% facts.
It's 100% facts.
Right.
So not only are they co-hosts, but they're a couple. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of mention and touch on a little bit was how that dynamic works for you guys. So now it goes beyond just being co-hosts, but then it goes to being partners in life. So let's talk about how you guys sort of walk that line and kind of share how you separate the professional part of what you do into the personal part of what you do.
Anna lays down the law.
Good answer. Look, good answer, Fuljens. Man, that deserves a round of applause. That is a smart man right there.
He wants dinner. He wants dinner. No, but really, like when we do have something, because we have our regular jobs. Like I'm a photographer, he is a director, non-for-profit director. So we do, besides our working together in Ecamm Live and our own shows, so there's a lot of things that we're like, okay, past this time we're not having the computers on us, we're not having phone on us. That doesn't work all the time, but we do check on each other.
Yeah.
So if for example there's something that's going on, it's going to take longer than a specific time, I do say, hey, I have to work on this, I have to finish this, and then we're done.
Yeah.
And other times, Fuljens is like over there, he has a wrestling show that we cannot mess with at all. Like there's like, doesn't matter what it is.
There you go.
He has to watch that show. So it's like at that time, I'm like, I know I can't, he disappears. So it's okay, that's fine. He can be on his phone or whatever. But then other times we just have to break it down. Sometimes I start talking about, oh my gosh, I have this idea. And he's like, I'm done. I don't want to hear anything about any creation. I'm just done. And then I have to understand it. Right? I'm like, shoot. So I just go and write it down. Other times he's talking, I'm trying to do something else. And I'm like, I know you tell me this, but right now I cannot hear this. So I have to do something else. So we have to communicate very clearly and understand and give each other the space that each other needs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The one thing that is strictly no excuses is in the bedroom. In the bedroom, the phones are completely put off. We just like, if, for example, we have it up and then the other one comes to the bedroom, that phone is down. Like we're done. So that's where there's like nothing. Like,
we just disconnect completely. And also too, it's a routine that you develop, like with anything else, right? You create your routines and you create healthy habits. And for example, when ENN is done, Ecamm Network News is done, that's on a Monday night. It's late. It's 9 p.m. We just disconnect completely. If we'll spend some time to go back, especially on the LinkedIn and on the Facebook, because you can go back and reply and answer to people who left comments. But after that, we're just
done.
Plopped down on the couch, and Anna turns on Lifetime Movie Network Element, and I'm there watching the shows with her.
That's right.
Sometimes we'll make a popcorn and we just wind down. 10:30, bed.
Bedtime. There you go. Love that though, man. But that's the dynamic though for those who, when we pull the curtain back of what creators do and why sometimes we share that a lot of things of our own lives personally on social media, but then when it's time to kind of disconnect everything, it is time to walk away from it all and to give yourself that room to sort of mentally breathe a little bit again and go, you know what, it's okay to enjoy other content or just mindless things that you just want to enjoy without having to think about, oh my God, that'd be a great idea to put on the live, or that would be a great content to write. It's like, turn that off, man. That is like hard sometimes. But you do have to do it. You do have to again delineate the difference of something that you enjoy and in something that you would not want to attack personally or professionally. So I love that you guys do this because very much like yourselves, it is hard to get done with doing a show and then do all the other things that I do and then walk away from it all. Mm-hmm. So you do have to kind of literally sometimes turn your phone off and walk away from it all. I mean, some people are like, man, I left you a message last night. I was like, no, I'm sorry, but it is time for me to, again, go watch my wrestling or sport, or go watch sports, or go watch whatever it is that I got to go want to really get a little pleasure out of watching.
Right.
So I feel you on
Yeah.
that one, Fulgens, and even
Yeah.
Yeah.
even watching Lifetime, I'm like, I'm with you there. There's
Yeah, he watches sometimes. Sometimes I try messing with him when he's like wrestling thing. I just go and like get on his face and things like that. But he was like,
I'll move out the way. And it's so funny because like now she gets me hooked on some of these LMN movies, and then now and then it's like it starts off slow or stupid. I'm like, what is the point of this? And then when you start to get to like the good part, I'm like, okay, I want to get to and I want to see how this thing ends. Now she's like, oh, I'm sleepy. I want to go. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I have to like, I got to go in my Hulu app and then just like record the movie so I can go back and just like fast forward to the end and see what happens and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, you can't do that to me.
all right. We got you hooked us in. You hooked us in. All right.
oh
And
my
now like I
God.
gotta. That's how we are. Like I gotta know the ending now. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
Right.
in good conscience, I couldn't walk away without knowing how. Did he fall back in love with her? I mean, what's going on here?
Right.
know.
Who is
Who
the
killed her?
who killed her?
Who's the killer?
Who is the kidnapper? Did they find the daughter? It's like so much drama.
Yes.
So many answers I need. So many questions I need answered.
Well, you know what? I love this about you guys, and that's amazing. So before we get out of here, folks, please go connect with both Anna and Fuljens, guys. They are some amazing individuals. And we do know, again, guys, that they do air multiple shows. So what is the best way for people who want to reach out to you, though? I know that you do this show, but what is probably the best way if they want to reach out and say, I want to learn more about you guys, or I want to, connect with you guys? What is the best avenue to reach out to either Anna and Fuljens or together? I mean,
Absolutely. We're Anna and Fuljens, Anna AND Fuljens on Facebook. We have a Facebook Live community. Feel free to join there, and it's a nice safe space that we've created. You can come in there and network with our community members. You can go live. You can ask questions and get help and support. That is in our Facebook group. We also have an Anna and Fuljens YouTube channel as well. This is where you can get all the resources, all our video tutorials and whatnot. And we're also Anna and Fuljens on Instagram, right? And in addition to that, connect with us on LinkedIn. You have our LinkedIn profiles
Yes.
there. Connect with us. We'll love to connect with you and work together. And if you want to reach out to us via email, annaandfulgence@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Amazing. All right, guys. Thank you again.
Thank
Anna,
you.
thank you, Fuljens, for both having this conversation with me. I do appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to have wonderful individuals like yourselves who go out there and spend most of your time doing this to help others sort of discover their own ideas and their paths and journeys, and that's what live streaming does, and how you guys kind of impact a lot of other creators out there who want to get started and sometimes just don't know how. And you walk them down that process and you give them that, you show them that path of where to go. So I love it that you guys do this. So, all right, sit tight real quick. Everybody else, you know the drill. I do appreciate all you guys again for tuning in and being a part of the show. Oh my gosh, wrong one. Here we go. I do appreciate you guys for being a part of the show. Again, you guys rocked it this evening. I am, again, blessed beyond belief to have you guys be here with me every single night, night in and night out. You are the best community, the best audience on LinkedIn, bar none. And again, like I say, if somebody wants to mention it, tell them to connect with me, and we'll talk about it. We'll see we'll go to words if we have to. I'll fight for my community. So thank you again, guys, and thank you again to Anna and Fuljens for being our guest. I will be back Monday evening, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Real quick plug. Sunday night, I will be on live with one of our guests that we've had on, Miss India Delgado. She's got her Sunday Night Ladies stream that I'm joining on Sunday night. And just so you know, Sunday night is my birthday. I will be 48 years old. It will be a fun, grand time, and I will be there to have a little fun and enjoyment. I love when I get to be on other people's streams. That way I don't have to handle the technical part, and we can just have a conversation. So, all right, guys, that'll do it for this evening. You guys, please have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay well, be well, and I'll talk to you again Monday evening. So until then, good night, everybody.